Monday, only a 3-day week. That's pretty good to be a girl, right? We're honored and happy to be here today. We're going to open with a work from a movie. First of all, when you came in today, who recognized that piece? Yeah, what was it? Yeah, from Frozen, kind of like our weather this morning. You know, when we decided to come and play for area schools today, we thought, well, you know, when you think about an orchestra, you probably think about old dead composers, you know, like Beethoven, Mozart, Bach. We decided to play music that was written within the last few years, and so Frozen, of course, just came out last year. Next, we're going to go to an Indiana Jones movie. Maybe you've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. You can almost hear the whip. In fact, tell them, why don't you play your first few notes? Listen to how they take their bow or their whip, they put it right on that string, and they just give us a big tone. Cello bass from the beginning. 2, 3, whip. So here's music from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, fight. You notice, like in the wintertime, how your hands get dry and chapped and stuff like that? All of these instruments are made out of wood. And just like your hands are susceptible to crack, in the wintertime, the instruments can crack. So we have to put something. Anthony, would you pull out your little green worm there? Inside most of our instruments, we have this cello. Pretty good. Pull yours out there. Different colors. Does the bass have one part to pull yours out? Yeah, they're kind of like worms inside. You can put them back in. And there's they're plastic. Inside of them, it's a hollow tube, and there's a sponge in there. And every day the students put water in there, put them underwater for 10 or 15 seconds, squeeze the extra water out. You see it's dripping there. You feel that water. And then as the sponge evaporates, that moisture goes into the wood grain of the instrument, and that keeps the instrument from cracking. Who's had an instrument pop a seam or hit it cracking? It happens every now and then. And so that's how we care for our instruments in the cooler weather. Let's review the members of the orchestra. What's probably the most famous instrument of the orchestra? Yeah, what do you think it is? Violin. And by the way, normally our orchestra is about 60. Some of the students stayed in school today. We're from Fargo, Moorhead, West Fargo, Pura, Dilworth. They come from all over. We practice Sunday evenings at MSUM. Violins, go ahead and put your instruments above your head. So about half the orchestra has to be violins. And just like a good football team, you have to have offense and defense. Unless you're the Vikings. Sorry about that. So we have first violins. They play a little higher. Hold it up, violins. Here's the first violins. And then the seconds are over here. Yeah. And then we have an instrument that looks like a violin. It's just a little bit bigger. It plays 5 much lower. So you can see the difference of them. Just a little bit bigger, maybe an inch or two bigger. Plays 5 notes lower. Who can tell me what this big one is over here? Yeah. Not a cello, close. Yeah?
Viola.
Viola, that's correct. So the viola. And normally we have about 10 violas. Viola, hold your instruments up. Violas over here. They're bigger, so we don't need quite as many of them. Then we have this guy over here. Rhymes with the word jello. We don't say jello, we say cello. Cello, right? You notice it's got this little yours comes out right. It's touch on it's kind of sharp. One of our former students plays the cello. He flies around the world playing the cello, and and when he gets on an airplane, he puts his cello on the plane with him. So he buckles himself in, and then he buckles his cello in. In fact, his cello has a frequent flyer number. I think that's kind of fun. But now, post 9/11, they won't let cello players travel these because they consider this a weapon. So they have to take it out and put it, underneath. So cellos, go ahead and hold your instruments up. Here's our cello section today. And then who can tell me what's way in the back? You stand up to play it. Yeah, what do you think? The bass or the string. Go ahead and hold it up, guys. There they are. It's almost bigger than them. Here, what's your name? Here, what's your name? No, I'll bring it up here. Look at this. If we took off the back of this, what's your name? Look at that. You can fit inside of it. All right. So we've got violins, we got the violas, the cellos, and the basses. Maybe you've seen Despicable Me. Here's music. This is called Happy. Article last month, by the way, speaking of the word happy. They said a lot of times people wake up in their morning and they're like, I'm going to be happy today. I'm going to be happy today. You know, that's not what this article said. They said if you want to have a happy day, you should be kind and you should be thankful. Live a life filled with generosity and kindness. And then you go to bed at night and you're like, oh yeah, I'm happy. So don't think about being happy. Think about being kind and thankful and happy with the result. Well, let's talk about how string instruments make their sound. Can I borrow your cello, please? Everyone say this Italian word, say the word pizzicato, say it, go.
Pizzicato.
Yeah, pretend you're eating like at the Olive Garden, you know, bene pasta. Okay, so put your hands together like this. We're Italian, and say a pizzicato, go, say it. Pizzicato. And a pizzicato means to pick. What does it mean? Pick. So I'm going to pizzicato the string, and watch what the string does. What does it do? What?
Vibrate.
Vibrate. So I'm going to come over here once. Try not to fall. What's your name? Okay, stand up, Jack. Okay, Jack is going to put his hand right here. Put your hand right there. I'm going to pizzicato. What do you feel? vibrations. Would you stand up? Okay. And I'm going to put it on her head. What do you feel? Does anybody have any metal in their mouth, like a braces or something like that? Okay, come here. Oh yeah, come here. What's your name? Okay, come here, Jake. Okay, Jake's going to open up his mouth. Pipe down in this thing here. Okay. What do you feel? Vibration. So here's the deal. Listen up. When I was younger, I assumed it was the string that made the sound. But in truth, it's just the string that starts, then this bridge vibrates, then the whole instrument vibrates. If our orchestra, we're going to pizzicato a D scale very wimpy, kind of like they do in Central Cast, but don't tell them I said. Here we go. Do a wimpy D scale. Here we go. Ready, open, D, pizzicato. Tell them to stop. Stop. Yeah, we want Grover tone, so now let's really sink in it. And pizzicato, listen to this. Here we go. Ready, open, knee, and pizz. So what's this Italian word? I'm going to say pizzicato. Pizzicato. Next thing we're going to do is music. This is from FMAYS. All right, listen up, Grovers. Now, I want you to watch the cellos. At the beginning of this song, the violins use their bow. We'll talk about the bow after this song. But the cellos and the basses. Did you guys pluck this whole song? I think we can go to. Almost. Watch the cellos start with pizzicato. The bass is plucked for most of this. Here's Colors of the Wind from FMAYS. Pizzicato. They're going to go to.
cellos, it's sometimes easy to see. Cellos, can you play a D scale without vibrato? Here's a D scale without vibrato, and they're just going to not wiggle their hands. Regular, open, D, and go. That's pretty, I mean, that still sounds nice, but now listen to what happens when they wiggle their hand. It makes it more mature. Here we go. Here's a D scale now with vibrato. They're going to vibrate the pitch. Go ahead, ready? And... Yeah. orchestra know where to put their fingers. You know, if you play piano, you know you have to hit an F or an F natural. If you play trumpet, you have to put so many valves down. Some of the students, well, right over here, you see some of the tapes that they have. Let's play a D scale, all of the orchestra, and let's have our fingers in the wrong spot. This is what happens if their fingers are out, let's be out of tune by 60th of a minute, just a little bit. Listen to what happens when their fingers are in the wrong spot. Everybody, open, be ready, and have notes. Tell them to stop, say. So we want to play it too. Let's talk a little bit about the bow. This is the bow. Anybody play hockey in here? Yeah. Who can think about what can your sticks be made out of in hockey? Wood. What else? Fiberglass. What else? Yeah. Plastic, maybe. Yeah. What else? What's kind of the new thing right now?
Wax?
No, graphite or carbon fiber. Who has a carbon fiber bow? Yeah. So watch now. What animal's tail do we use when we make a bow? Who can tell me what it is? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Horsehair, right? Every bow has about 300 to 400 individual horsehairs on it. I'll unscrew it and take it apart so you can see. So here's all the horsehair. You see that right there? And the reason we use horsetail and not like antelope or cow or giraffe is that if you take the hair off, it has microscopic teeth that stick out, and that's what grabs the string. So that when I bow, it's not really the hair that's making the sound, it's those microscopic teeth that are grabbing the string. Now, what do we have on our hands and our faces during the course of the day? Oil, right? Now watch what happens when I rub the bow on my forehead or on my nose. Now when I play, those microscopic teeth went from this to this. Now the bow is not going to make a sound in the middle. Listen. Do you hear that? So I have to use something called rosin. Say rosin. Rosin is basically glorified tree sap, which is maple syrup that's been hardened kind of. And it's put in a wooden keg, and then the student should rosin their bow once a day for maybe 15 or 20 seconds. And now when I grab that from this instrument, now that oil is gone, and the tone comes back. We're going to play a piece. This is written by a dead guy. His name is Johann Pachelbel. If you've ever been to a wedding, maybe seen Father of the Bride, this is often played at weddings. Go ahead, cello, just start. Ready? Okay. Now here's what I want you to notice. The cello and the basses play the same 8 notes over and over again. 5, 6. Now after there's 8 notes, the violins and first are going to come in. And notice how their bowls all go together. They go down and they go up. 5 for the cellos, 6. Now the violas and the second violins are going to come in. Watch their bowls move together. Are the cellos still playing the same 8 notes? Say yes.
Yes.
Now watch the violins bows. Right now they're going down. Now they're going to go twice as fast. Down. Watch their bows now after the 8th note. They're going to go twice as fast. They're going to go down, up, All right, you can come on up. When's your birthday? All right. How about, what's your name? What's your name? Hudson, you want to come and be a conductor? I need some help. Come down. All right, so, I'll have to stand on this, so. Your principal's gone, right? So it's, okay, done. All right, so now, turn around, guys. Face your friends. Go face your friends. Come over here. All right, now, they're going to be our little conductors. Conducting is overrated. Anybody can do it. Ever put your hands straight up in the air like this? And if there's 4 beats in a measure, you go floor, wall, wall, ceiling. Here we go. So let's do it together. Ready? Go. Floor, wall, wall, ceiling. So you go home tonight and you're like, now, if there's only 2 beats in the measure, what do you do? Floor, ceiling. So let's try that. Here we go. Ready? Go. Floor, ceiling, floor, ceiling. All right, so we'll go biggest to smallest. So Hudson, your last time. Okay, what's your name? Maestro John. Get up on the chair. Facing your hand. Here we go. We're going to play middle up to fire. We repeat it 5 times. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Get your hands straight up. Here we go.